So a very cold night. We were talking about this yesterday. The cold air settles into the valleys. You don't have much in the way of wind to push it all out of there. So temperatures dropping 28 to 35 degrees for at least 3 to 5 hours. And here's an interesting fact. If you have 1,000 square feet of roof and we get 1 inch of rain, those rain gutters will help collect 600 gallons of water. And at the Cal Fire headquarters in the East County, they've actually posted a red flag right below the California state flag. It's the first time they've ever done it. It's to let people driving by know of the fire danger. And shingles for roofs becoming a hot item in San Diego as people are getting ready for what could be a very wet winter. The third part of this story is our high surf warning. That's all weekend long. Right now, the waves just off the buoys reporting 8 to 13 feet.
Craig Herrera is here with where things stand right now. People at the beach, I think they must be crazy, but it is San Diego, so nothing's going to stop them.
Why not, right? Flip-flops and sand in this cold storm. In fact, this storm is not done with us just yet. What we have out there, most of the energy is out over into the mountains, but yeah, if you're at the coast, be aware. We've got some showers coming your direction. So what we'll highlight is everything that's going on right now. Some of the heavier cells that are producing some more of the rain are right along the 8s, right along Del Zorro. All of this energy headed toward Del Zorro. And those shades of yellow and orange are producing quite a bit of rain. So where you see shades of red there, they're getting almost 7/10 of an inch of rain per hour. So if that came down for 1 hour, that's what they'd get. Of course, these storms are moving a little quick. Here's some interesting facts for you. October, we talk about Santa Ana events often in October, and we know just how hot it can be. Last time we saw a classic Santa Ana event, well, we had a red flag warning April 16th. That was the last time. And what is typical for us in October? Typically, we see 2 to 3 Santa Ana events in the month of October. And with looking out the long-term range forecast, it looks like these conditions are unlikely for the rest of this month. So hopefully we can dodge the Santa Ana events this year. At Lindbergh, 1.60 inches of rain for the past 48 hours. We also had a record high at Lindbergh today, 88. That's a new record high. So here's where we stand with our rainfall season to date. We are now in the surplus. We're about 3/10 over for the year with our rainfall. However, we talk about the drought that we've had for the past 4 years. Let's go back to when this started. 2012, we were minus 2.44 with our rain, minus 3.79 in 2013, and last year we were down 5 inches. Total, we're still behind about 11.5 inches. So we have all this rain, and yes, it's good for us, but a lot of it just gets run off or absorbed by the ground. For the past 4 years, we're still back about 12 inches or so.
He just got back from the Scripps Institution of Oceanography. What did they tell you?
Boy, a lot of talk about this year since it's now a record and it beats 1997, which was a big one. Okay, so El Nino, it's the results of above normal sea surface temperatures, and those are all near the equator. Very, very warm. In fact, we now know they are 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit above average. The reason that's a big deal is that's a new record. The old record stood back in 1997. Now this is the strongest El Nino ever. How this affects us? Well, what it'll mean is we have a 60 to 69% chance of above normal precipitation from the Grapevine all the way down through LA and into San Diego. What that also means, though, is this should start in January. January is when we expect some of those rains to pick up. And by the way, we will also have Santa Ana winds possible. Those actually peak in December. So we watch this one closely as this is now the strongest El Nino on record.
The school's 150, 200 dolphin. It's just been beautiful all year.
The reason?
Warming waters have something to do with it. You better believe they do.
Okay, this is good. This is good.
I hitched a ride with a man who's been on these waters most of his life. He agrees.
The big fish are coming close because of the warm water, you know? Like the marlin and the sharks, the hammerhead.
These are one of the consequences of the warming, I'm pretty sure.
Our coastal waters haven't been this warm since 1931.
That requires a lot more engineering.
It's also designed to capture all the rainwater that will fall down the driveway into a drain and then a pipe.
As far as I can tell, this is 80,000 gallons per inch of rain coming out of that pipe.
I mean, that's essentially what you're doing. You're figuring out every way to capture every drop.
Capture it and move it and put it where it can be put to work, so this whole house runs 2/3 of the year off just rain.
All right, the storm that I'm watching that'll bring some showers after we get through the frost in the morning hours is sitting right over the Bay Area, so right there. That system comes through tomorrow afternoon. Very cold system as well. Not a whole lot of rain with it, about 1/4 of an inch or so, and that comes in tomorrow afternoon. As that system passes, we remain dry and cool through the week ahead. Thursday, Friday, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Area of low pressure sets up to our south, high pressure over the Great Basin. The clockwise rotation around that high pressure, counterclockwise around the low pressure gives us those northeast winds. So we are potentially looking at another Santa Ana event on Thursday and Friday. Storm number 1, that's where those clouds are coming from. That does not affect us. That's going to go right past us. Storm number 2 slides right in its heels and comes our direction and gives us some light scattered showers on Tuesday. Another one, not on this map, is right behind it, and that's going to bring us some very cold air, drop right in from Canada, a good Arctic blast. It's rare for us to get frost along the coast. I won't be surprised if we get frost along the coast on Christmas Day. That's how cold this system is. Now, by the way, here's an interesting fact for you. Last time we had a frost advisory, January 3rd, 2015. Quite a long time. Tonight, temperatures dropping to 32 to 36 degrees or so. That's why the criteria is an advisory. We'd go the next level up would be watch and then warning, and we had the warning last night, but we're not dropping below freezing. If we were, we'd see a freeze warning.
Weather Rate certified San Diego's most accurate forecast. This is 10 News Pinpoint Weather.
It turns out it's Dolores wreaking havoc in quite a few places around the country.
Yeah, not done with us yet. She's just moving off the coast. But yeah, we have a little bit in store for us tomorrow. Not like today, though. Today and yesterday, boy, 48-hour totals. This storm has been very impressive. I'll show you some of the totals. Some places over 4 inches of rain, and we have set records left and right. So let's get started right now. Pinpoint Doppler Live. You can see a lot of this moving up from the south to the north, and the remnants continue to move up from the south to the north. Heavy at times north of Escondido, right near Lake San Marcos to Valley Center. Also getting a couple of pockets of breaks here. You're seeing some heavy rain from Mira Mesa all the way over to La Jolla, but notice it's scattered in nature right now. Santee getting a bit of a break, some for the higher elevations. Take you down to street level. La Jolla got one of the highest numbers, right about 5 and 6. If you were with us, this entire area was completely flooded out. Right now, some heavy rain right now, right down to 5 as well. So yeah, we've got some places that still have a lot of rain still on the roadways. Along the 8, it's scattered in nature from Mission Valley all the way over to PB and OB. We'll continue to see some scattered showers through the early morning hours and a good chance for it tomorrow as well. South Bay from Chula Vista to Imperial Beach, we're getting scattered showers here right between the 5 and the 805. The big picture, yeah, all the sweeps moving around the entire county, and we continue to get hit from this storm. All right, so let's show you some of the 48-hour storm totals. 4 inches, over 4 inches for Ramona. Miramar, 2.5, well, a little over 2.5. Kearney Mesa, 2.39, almost 2 inches for La Jolla. Poway at 1.31, and at Lindbergh, 1.60 inches of rain for the past 48 hours. We also had a record high at Lindbergh today, 88. That's a new record high. So here's where we stand with our rainfall season to date. We are now in the surplus. We're about 3/10 over for the year with our rainfall. However, we talk about the drought that we've had for the past 4 years. Let's go back to when this started. 2012, we were minus 2.44 with our rain, minus 3.79 in 2013, and last year we were down 5 inches. Total, we're still behind about 11.5 inches. So we have all this rain, and yes, it's good for us, but a lot of it just gets run off or absorbed by the ground. For the past 4 years, we're still back about 12 inches or so. Downtown, looking at that great shot, 82% relative humidity, 76. It's not going to be much cooler than that tonight. Here's what we're talking about, the remnants of Dolores, and the remnants continue to track up just to Point Conception, so most of the moisture is just off the coast. As you'll see with rain futurecast at 9:30, most of this rain sits off the coast. We'll get some scattered showers across the higher elevations at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, and then again very, very light by the commute home. After that, we're done. All right, and not like what we had today, nothing like what we had today. So a few showers tomorrow, 80s, back to the 70s along the coast for the remainder of the week. Lots of thick morning fog for the morning commute Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday because of all the moisture we have in the ground. 80s for highs and drying out by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Next weekend, we're back to average. Boy, we had record rain, record highs, record everything. So quite a storm, right?